Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Stoneworks Build Mode, and today I have learned something on how to make huge, ginormous ships like Bismarcks bigger than the one we built. That one was pretty big, really cool looking, had a bunch of guns, we never finished it, I don't believe. I think we had to decorate it still, but we pretty much did everything to make it run. It did run, it moves, it runs, everything like that, I believe. I tested it, but I don't think it was on video. But, at the end of the day, it still runs. Which is pretty cool. So, while this loads, I'm going to try to see if my LED lights will actually glow. There we go. There we go. So, let's go ahead. I have to load the controls again. How do you go on the free cam again? There, okay. So, what we're gonna do is see this giant area. It's pretty big, it's whatever, It's big. I guess you could say. But I wanna test something. I do believe, we have to unlock the map, obviously. Duh. Custom menu. Review the map, unlock all properties. Okay, here we go. So, there should be an oil rig out in the water here. This should be the biggest building place. Yeah. Look at this. See? This thing is ginormous, but you would say okay, this is pretty big. So we're gonna go ahead and go to hold on. It's gonna take me a minute to get back to the controls I used to know. This is the move button. Why can't I move this? That's kind of weird. Why can't I move? I don't quite understand. Anyway, it's fine, because what we can do, we can just do it the old-fashioned way and grab this and just extend it all the way down to the very bottom. Right. And then what we're gonna do is just erase everything. And then ta-da! Now it's all the way at the bottom of the thing and no one will ever know. Okay. So, what we're gonna do here is, as you may know, be like, okay, this is great and all, you wanna build another battleship, a bigger one, but how exactly will you fit a bigger battleship in such a small place? I will fit it in here because of one circumstance that would work by doing something. Hold on. No, not you. So that one is a little bit longer. Boom. There we go. Okay, not the same length. So, what we are gonna do is literally pretty much do everything we did before. Okay, so what we wanna do is just expand it a little bit more. See? Look at this. Huge. Maybe the point and it'll spread out a lot. Yes, I know. Okay, but what you could do is, let's just say how do you? Okay, this is how. Okay, so let's just say we got these tall. Oh my goodness, these tall walls like this. See, for a battleship. Okay, and you're okay, well, this is the point. I guess no, that would look stupid. What you do is go into here and search mag And you got these, no, not space. Look, see, we got connectors. And what we do with these connectors is, I believe this is the right one. You can tell me if they're not. But you can connect things with these connectors, and then you'll have one giant battleship. But then you'll be like, okay, so let's say you have one here, and then you rotate it here. Look, see? Well, it won't let you because it has to have a wall. But if they connect, as you're going to see, there's going to be a giant gap and the water will flood in. What you would do with that situation was cut out the 9 blocks. Make a little platform here. Go out again. Go up again. Go up again. Obviously put like a wall here, but this is for demonstration. Grab this little fellow and you just point it up. And look at that. You can point the pipe little thingies to point wherever they want. Which I made a little long, but obviously you'll want to put it back. Actually, you probably don't have to. Because it looks like... No. See, look at that. And that could connect every piece of the ship. And as you can see here, no gaps in between any of the bricks. So... ta-da! And then you would have your battleship slowly get connected. And you can make it as big as you want it to. Which obviously would be really sick. You'll be like, whoa, that's like really cool. You could literally pretty much build any kind of battleship you want. The biggest one on Earth if you really want to, honestly. Which I think is like a Yamato or something like that, I think. I don't really know. Something like that. I think the Yamato's the biggest, isn't it? I don't even know at this point. So you literally could make this piece all the way to here and not have to worry. Literally. Okay, I could have gone over one there, but still. You literally could make it that big. And no problem. Because, seriously, no problem. We're even going to expand it out somehow. No, not that way. Oh, goodness, it's lag. Lag mania over here. Look at that huge battleship. I mean, seriously. And then what you do, just go over here. And seriously, I mean, I'm not even trying to, like, joke around right now. Just expand it all the way. All the way to the wall. Which I'm sure you've probably seen other people do this, like, bigger builds. You may wonder, like, how did they get such a big thing? You get it, and then it's, like, all in pieces. So, would you want to buy the next piece, if you want this to fully work? That's because I did it this way. And then you connect them all, and you got yourself a huge battleship to obliterate all of your friends, and all like screaming away, like running because like they know that they're gonna get obliterated if they try to mess with you, and they're like, "Oh my goodness, this is unfair," and you're like, "Haha, I don't care, that's funny." Yeah, that's the point of this pretty much. Also, this intense music is really giving in for the battleship pretty much. Speaking of intense music. I want to make sure it's not insanely loud, so we're gonna go in here. You can't even hear it actually. I want to make it to where you guys can hear it a little bit, you know. Okay. Yeah, my voice is all the way in like the red pretty much, so I could put that up a little bit for you guys, so you guys can hear the intense music a little bit. It's just I don't want it to like pretty much over like my whole voice. So what we want to do now, we may be like, well, okay, that's cool and all, but how would you make like the hull of the ship look more not blocky? What you have to do is trial and error is pretty much how the other ship goes. Which I know probably all the more experienced builders in this game out there probably already know this little hack on how to make giant ships. I sure hope I'm using the right one, because I didn't even watch a video on it, I just literally figured it out. Because I remember, just, like, I don't even remember, I was just, like, technically, if there's, like, a, you know, a magnet, a really strong one, obviously, because, like, when your ship loses power, your ship is gonna break in half, because Those magnets most likely turn off the power. You flip a switch, they'll turn on. Unless you just have like permanent magnets, like the ones you have that just stick on the like metal, and you're like, ooh, yippee. And look, see, ship hull. But I mean, really, I think that's too soon for a giant ship. You know what I mean? Like for a giant battleship, you don't want it to like start curving too much because you know, like it's a battleship. It's gonna be ginormous. It's not like any ordinary small ship. Seriously. Like, you would want this to keep the angle it's at. Just so it looks small, like bigger than it really is. Because if you keep it that small, then it's going to be really weird looking. Like there, see? So literally, pretty much. See, look. It pretty much is the same angle, just longer. Because if you have like a really tall battleship, which is our goal here, well, not really tall, but you know what I mean. Which technically, I want to mark where I want to stop because we want to build like those towers. You know what I mean? There's like a really tall building block I could build the middle in. I want to stop like right here. Seems decently tall, but maybe a little too tall, like there. See? And you got this huge hall, which obviously they'll make an outer layer of like water filling in case we get hit. It'll fill there, but then it won't like flood any further. Probably would start like about like here, and it'll like actually I don't know, because you don't want the whole thing to flood. But obviously, if one of the things fill, then they'll start leaning. So it's pretty much a lose-lose either way, unless you make a really thick outer wall. That's what we're gonna do. Speaking of, I got this really good idea like 10 seconds ago. I want to have like a sub room, okay? Like it'll have like things like this that go up and then like extend over, like that, and it'll go down again, like that, and it'll have like little like things like this hanging down, like just like ordinary little things. And like it'll connect to like a submarine, and we could like open the hatch, drop them in the water, and they can go like attack subs going in at the ship. That'll be pretty cool. I feel like I'll have to figure out how to like pretty much command how to build that. But once we do that, that'll be pretty sick, I would say. Don't you guys think? I think that'll be pretty cool. So yeah, I feel like that would be like really cool. Speaking of, if you're like copying us to build it, don't copy any of that because I'm probably not gonna put it in this part. This might be in the middle. We're either gonna start with the middle, which obviously I'm just gonna build the hull. I might actually, I don't know. It depends how I feel. I might build the whole ship in one video. You know, that'll be one sick way to build a ship. Just build it all in one video. It'll keep you in the right mode of building a ship, technically. I probably should have kept that poll too on where I wanted that to go to. I really should have actually. I'd say it was probably about. I'll just see where I like it at. We're just gonna go like really high up, and then we're gonna find out. Okay. I can respect that if it goes down like a little bit more, like that. Yeah. Would that look too short though for like the giant hull it's gonna have? I don't know. If so, we can just use this tool, the selection grid. But no, that's not it. Wait, this one, no. Yeah, okay. I just got confused there because it was not there. Okay. Go on, grab it. Send it this way. Bring it down somewhere. This way. I want to test something also. We can go out there so quick because if it works, then we can move this. I want to see how it looks if we have this. Okay, we don't really need that much. We just need it like that, pretty much. I like that. I like that a lot. I really like that. Yeah, this is gonna be the center of the ship probably. Just because I'm not making it bend yet. I'm gonna probably have 3 centerpieces and then third end pieces, because two for each side. I feel like maybe one. I feel like one would be too short though. We'll see. We can start with the middle piece, then go to the front piece, and then go to the back front curving piece, and then the front of the ship, and then we go to the back middle piece, then we go to the back, like where it starts to curve in piece, and then we can go to the point of the back of the ship. So like we could build half of it, see how it looks, we go, wow, that's cool, and then build the other half and then connect it all to one ship. Which you'd obviously have to do in creative mode, because you can't really use this in career mode, because I don't know why the heck you would need such a giant battleship for like who you fighting. Okay. Oh my goodness. How do you expand? Oh goodness. You expand somehow, don't you? Besides good, okay. I have to, like I said, it'll take me a minute to get used to it, but once I get used to like my old thing I used to do, I probably will be good at this again. I'll probably be as good as new, as good as I was when I was using this. I just have to remember all the controls. Okay. And then let's make sure we got everything. Does that look good? Yes, it does. Okay. And oh, this doesn't mimic on each side. That's gonna suck. I wish it did. Like there were two, and they just did the same thing and it lifted it up. I feel like that'll be like a really good feature that they should definitely add, but I don't think they will, because considering how they kind of stopped adding on to the game, which makes sense because it's already a great game. Like, not trying to say anything like, it kind of sucks now, because no, it's still a great game. How do you move it now? Okay, wow, that's gonna be a pain. Okay, thank you. Stop blinking, please. Stop blinking, please. Okay. So, do we want it like that? I mean, honestly, right now, we're just gonna raise it up to here. Paste, okay. See, if there was like a spin... Wait. No, come on, tell me there is. Tell me there's a little rotate one. Please. No, don't clear the content. You suck. If there was like a rotate thing, I could just rotate it and put it over here and it would have been fine. I could just delete it the next thing, okay? Fine. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. And do the painful way. Also, I moved that over some, which is not gonna really help. Yes, now we're gonna go to cut move, and we're gonna move it up to just pretty much anywhere would be fine. I mean, that looks pretty perfect, honestly. And then we're just gonna go ahead and hit... No, we don't want to clear the content. That would suck if we did that, because then we would have to rebuild all that. Okay, and then we just go out here. Okay, that's gonna really get annoying too, but that's fine, because we're not really gonna be paying attention to that. We're gonna be down here, building. Okay, so let's go rotate. Okay, then what we're gonna do is stretch this all the way across to down there. Okay, pretty much just gonna do the same thing again, and again, and again, and we're just gonna keep doing that same thing. Come on. That's not right. Can you, please connect? See, that's why I want to have a good eye in situations like this, because see, look at that. Bloop. Okay. Okay, I still have a problem with this. You're gonna definitely have a lot of error. Also, speaking of error, I need to do that. Okay, nope. There we go. Now that's a good swing, I guess. Rotation. Okay. That works. Also I just learned something as well. I probably would have known this if I had been continuously building on this game, but obviously I stopped. And now I know I can just drag this all the way across. Oh, geez, not like that. Like that, and boom. I don't have to worry about it not being all the way, because you can just build it even though it says it's incorrect. I thought you couldn't do that. So if yell at you like that is outside the grid, you must redo that. Also, speaking of outside the grid, I am beyond outside the grid, and I want to go closer so I can actually see if I'm pointing this the right way. Okay. Okay. Please, 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 just go, 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 go. That way. Okay, well, I got one of them. I was like, that looks weird. Yeah, because I got one of them. I didn't get all of them, though. Okay. Also, that looks kind of trippy. How it's, like, bending, and then that just came out. That was really trippy, actually. Okay, the only problem is, now what we have to do is just pretty much just keep doing the same thing. I say we stop by the bow here. I say this is, like, the final one. Look at that. Tried to sneak away. Haha. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is go to selection grid and then just pretty much do everything I just did once again. So move cut. We wanna move you over, down. Perfect moving down, jeez. Boom. Wow. That looks. Wow. Good. Okay. We're gonna do paste. Okay. Then what we're gonna do is merge you with you. Okay. Boom. There we go. Okay. And then what we're gonna do is go to the same thing. It's just the more technical stuff where you have to like understand what you're doing, or you're not gonna do it right at all. Because that's pretty much life for you sometimes. Okay. Then. And then you're gonna go to move and cut. Okay, then you wanna go. At least I still am as good as this as I was before, because I remember when I first started doing this, I sucked at it. I didn't look at it obviously because I knew it wasn't gonna end well. I was like, hey, I'll just learn how to do it, and then I'll make a video on me doing stuff like this. Yeah. Did I just mess up? Oh crap! I think I just messed up. Did I? Nope. Okay, I thought I deleted it. Okay. There we go. Now look at that angle. So hold on, let me zoom in on it. Pretty much. So look, see, it goes up and it's gonna go like that. And it's gonna keep going up at that angle until I want to be on this side because this side is closer to this. Okay. So what we're gonna want to do here is probably, I would say up. Hold up. 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 Ooh, please do what I'm telling you to. Up to all the way down. This can be really weird. And then pretty much just do the same thing we've been doing. Okay. And I said we do one more. And then we start with the big. Actually, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, I say we do this now. Obviously we want the walls to be high. In general, because oh my goodness, this is gonna be pain. Obviously, as I was trying to say, we want the walls to be pretty much equal. Not equal, oh my goodness. As high as they need to be. Jeez, I can't speak because I'm too busy like fighting this. Yeah, we want them to be decently tall. Reason why is because The weight, it will sink in. Okay, please stop doing that. The water will rise, and if we keep it here, all that weight, it'll just keep rising, flood the ship and all that. So we need to, yeah, pretty much that exact is what would happen. Speaking of, this thing probably has like no weight right now, but that's fine because for some reason these blocks weigh very light. And the amount of lag I get when I'm doing this stuff is pretty insane. I am not going to lie. Boom. There we go. Okay. We are getting up there, but not as much as I was hoping to. I was hoping we would have been a little bit higher by now in 2 uses of these, but maybe not. So maybe we will have to cut the thing a little short. Can you stop lagging my computer like crazy? Oh my goodness. Please, 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 please. I don't quite understand why this has to be so laggy. I don't quite understand why at all. I missed one. Okay. Just go like that. Thank you. Okay, let's see how this looks. That looks good. That looks really good. The only problem is we have a lot more height to cover with a lot of this thing. I almost wish I did go up one more with that 2-block one. Because I would still, it may not be a lot, but it was still just enough. Please stop doing that. Still just enough to get this thing a little bit less work to do. Okay. Also, speaking of height and plus and stuff and all that great stuff, I want to check. Honestly, I want to go up one more and I think it's done. Yeah. That's what I feel like. Okay, one more and it's done. Because I got an idea. Because we have to build a lot here on top of this. Oh my goodness, and you just screwed it up, didn't you? Okay, you do not need to be that tall, actually, buddy. I'd have to auto-correct you with that one. That was horrible. And you cut me off than I wanted you to, didn't you? Okay. Oh my gosh, please stop lagging my computer. Thank you very much. Should've done this the entire time. That's so much easier. Jeez. Okay. And then, literally, we just do everything we've just been doing. Okay, please. Thank you. Then we're just gonna spread all the way down. I don't care. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so see, we're gonna have a little bit of height declining here, cause see, this already looks extremely tall, and yeah, so you are going to get raised here up because that is the height we need you to be at. Okay, no, that is the height we need you to be at. Speaking of the height we need you to be at, you need to get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is just, for right now, we're doing this because obviously we're going to increase the height of this wall a little bit more. Oh my goodness, this is going to lag. Oh my goodness, that was not necessary, but apparently to you it is very necessary to just lag the crap out of my computer. There. And there's that tiny little line I want to keep, because that helps me know what the middle of the ship is. Thank you for keeping that, actually. I got nervous that I had not stayed. Okay, speaking of not staying, you did not actually stay right here. So I'm gonna have to stretch your across a little bit. No, don't cut that off. There we go, okay. I guess we could cut this off, but let's not do it. Okay, what we're gonna do now is make a little flat spot here. It's gonna go up like a few. Let's say 3, 4 maybe. All the way down. I said we do 3. I think 3 is a reasonable number. There we go. Look at that. That looks terrifying. Very terrifying, actually. Wait, technically, I mean, if you would let me move my vehicle, which for some reason you do not want me to, I don't quite understand why I won't let me move my vehicle, because yeah. And the world view is kind of weird on this one. Don't quite understand what that's gonna do, but that's cool. I guess we can keep that for now. Measurements, we don't really need. Toggles for the video measurements when placing, but okay, we might need that too. You know, I really need to move my vehicle. Oh my goodness, it literally just will not let me move my vehicle. I don't quite get why. Does it need a helm? Is that the problem, buddy? Is it not a vehicle without a helm? Like here. Oh my goodness. Almost $4 each. You were okay. I don't quite get why I can't move my vehicle. You just seriously, I don't get why. I would have to literally use a selection grid to move it, which is really dumb to use because I shouldn't have to use that. Dumb little editor thing. Okay, so this is gonna be the main point of the ship, obviously. One thing we want to do actually while we're here is paint this deck gray, light gray, brown actually, because it's the deck. Wait, no, don't do it that way. Don't do it that way. Can you please, like, let me move that to go out of that? Like, okay, that's a very dark brown. I don't want that. What does this look like? Again, why won't you do anything? Like, okay. That looks better, but it also looks still too dark. It's like an advanced color. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Okay, wait, that's like yellow. Okay, I hate how this is. I really do. Okay. Okay. Where's dark at? I don't quite get how you get things to go darker. Pretty much have to like fiddle with this. No, wait, here. That looks good. I don't know. Should we just keep it gray for now? I really think we should just keep it gray for now. I don't know though. Yeah, let's just keep it gray for now. I was thinking like a wooden flaring, but none of these, most of these look like poop. They don't even look like freaking wooden flaring. There we go. Did we do that on all sides? Oh, we did. We didn't go down here though. We'll just paint this, which looks like black, but it's supposed to be like a dark gray. What did I do? It's supposed to be a dark gray, but it's a black for some reason. I don't quite get why, but it'll still work. For now. I'll definitely got to change it though, because at night you don't want to be in an all dark ship, pretty much. Oh, it lags because it's trying to paint all the blocks. Okay, now I see why. Okay, and also speaking of, that needs to be black. And then this will probably be a lighter gray. Even though this is supposed to be light gray. That is not light gray. There we go. Speaking of, let's not forget down here with these little things, and then down here with this. Oh my goodness, the lag. Okay, and then we don't talk about that yet because that's probably not even gonna be seen. Okay, and it does it on every side. Thank you. Okay, there we go. And then you and you can just be painted that color because why not? Seriously, why not? A very like oh my goodness, you just snapped my head pretty much. Also, speaking of snapping my head, I need to do that. I want this to be like, yeah, see, that's what I was hoping all this to look like, but apparently not. So we're just gonna do that in the flowing, like, that's the like I was looking for. No, ta-da. Okay. Exactly. Ooh. What am I gonna do now? We're gonna stick with like a. What does this look like? That's my question. That's the complete opposite of what I wanted you to do, but okay. I wanted to click on the block and see what it looked like, but instead you painted the whole thing, and that pretty much just looks like a giant white color, so I don't want that. Okay, so speaking of clothes, thank you so much. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is just pretty much. Oh my gosh, snap my neck one more time. Okay, so what we want to do now is pretty much what we've been doing. Placing blocks and seeing how it looks, but we want to have guns here. I'm going for like, let's see, how much space would this be? That's not a lot of space at all. How much space would that be? Let's go over Figma, like that. I like that. Please just do what I'm telling you to do. Now, see, was it really that hard? I sure hope not, because we're gonna have to do that a lot more. Okay, what we're gonna have to do is do this, but raise you up by 2. Please, just please, just please. Where'd you go? Please, just do what I'm telling you to do. Why can't anything be easy in this game? Please, just. Thank you. Okay, thanks a lot for making things easy and not complicated and annoying. Thank you. Thank you very much. Leo. Jeez, okay. How much was that? Okay, well, speaking of, how much was that? We need a window. Wando, yeah, it's a Wando now. What's this? Wing. Wind. Thank you, okay. What's this wind sensor? I mean, we're probably gonna need one of them. A lot bigger one, probably. Well, actually, how big is this? Probably extremely small. It won't even show me. I don't feel like. Oh, this one doesn't say small, but it's definitely not small. It's pretty big, actually. I don't really want one like that. I want like an actual window. Yeah, like, see, this is the kind I want. Yeah. So we do 5 in between each window. So 5, 5, 5, 5. This is like the satisfying part. You just peacefully build. And you just chill, pretty much. And when you peacefully build and chill, everything starts to turn to happiness. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Okay. Oh my goodness, this is gonna take a really long time. Oh no, where'd the window go? There. There. That's not 5. Boom. 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 Okay, now we're just gonna like speed on this. Oh my goodness, there's so many windows. Who knows how much glass you're gonna need to freaking build this boat? Jeez. Okay. 5. 5. 5. Oh my goodness, I just snapped my neck. Again. Not even do anything. Mouse sensitivity really does get you. Boom. Perfectly. Perfectly. I like that. Perfectly. That doesn't happen often with me. Usually something goes on when I try to get something to go perfectly. Boom. There. Hallelujah. Something good happened. Boom. Now I'll just do the same thing in the turn. Boom. Look at that. Just a masterpiece, isn't it? Okay, now let's just zoom all the way down here. Okay. So, now the only problem is, oh my goodness, I just snapped my neck again. Okay. Anyway. So, what we're going to do was these. Okay, so this is the middle of the ship. So this won't have any kind of curve to the hull. I wanna hold this video here because I really want to think about how I want this to look now. Because I don't want to mess up because we're gonna have guns on each side here. And then I don't want to mess up this. So we're gonna do the guns last, obviously, but I wanna like really think about this like I usually do for big builds like this. So I know usually what I wanna do for the next video. I don't like start like messing up like crazy. Cause I pretty much knew the exact design I wanted for this. And this is it. I just really wanna do a wait moment here. So you'll probably have another video in like a couple, like half an hour maybe. Just so I have like a few minutes to just think through how I want this to look. Because I want to do this. Yeah, I really don't know. I have it planned out in my head. I just want to just have a minute to think over it, make sure all of it will work, works wise. So, okay. Ooh. Okay, hold the video here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and I'm gonna figure out the structure I want. I'm obviously gonna build it on video, so like if someone's like trying to like build this exactly the same, they can. I'm just gonna have to think about this for a second, like a minute actually. So I'm gonna end the video here, and then I'll be back to finish this living section, I guess you could say, crew cabin area-ish part of the ship, because I really want this to look good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this build, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.